So you've had a great week. You've done all your gym sessions, both your resistance training and your cardio. You've kept under your calorie cap. You've done your 10,000 daily steps, drunk loads of water, feeling positive, feeling great. It's weigh day. You step on the scales. You haven't lost weight. Now you're feeling bummed out. Now you're thinking, what's the point? Has this happened to you? Yeah, me too. During this video, I'm going to explain a few things that may well help. See, the thing is, I've watched so many clients fall into this trap. I've had to deal with sadness and disappointment and tears on a semi-regular basis because the scales weren't going in the right direction. No one's immune to this. It becomes an obsession. And that's okay, as long as it's a healthy obsession and you're still able to apply logic to the situation. But you've probably put yourself in a calorie deficit, which means you may be feeling hungry and you're not getting as much food as you usually do. You've also upped your output by going to the gym and probably knackering yourself out a little bit more than you should do. Those two things, not eating enough and knackering yourself out, they're going to cause some effects to your mental health. And that is going to affect your ability to see logic. What needs to be understood is this. You might have told yourself that you're going to lose a pound a week and that weigh-in day is on Sunday. But your body doesn't know that. You see, your body knows exactly how many calories of energy it needs to get through the day. And if you don't give it enough calories of energy for that day, then it has no choice but to dip into its adipose tissue stores, its fat stores, for that extra energy, them extra calories. See, the more it has to do that, the less there'll be. Therefore, fat loss occurs. You see, that's the objective. You want to lose body fat, not weight, body fat. And when you step on the scales, it will tell you whether your body weighs less or not. But it will not tell you whether you've reduced your body fat, which, as I say, is our objective. You see, your body is made up of so many different things. For example, now you might not be able to see that, I can't tell, but as you can see on there, your body, I've got 10 items on here in fact. Your body is made up of bones, blood, vital organs, water, bladder contents, bowel contents, muscle, fat, hair, and the clothing you're wearing. So they're all the factors that are coming into play when you weigh your body. But yet, when you step on the scales, it has to be your fat that's changed, right? I'm obviously joking, but have a look at that. All of them things on that list, but yet we zero in and think it's just the fat that changes. Do you see how visually crazy that is? How unrealistic that is? How illogical that is? But yet, we all do it. All of us. There are 10 items on here, and only one of them we feel is changeable. Obviously, if your bones or your blood change, or your vital organs, something really bad's happened. But I'm not talking about those things. That still leaves us with another 7 items that are all changeable. If you also consider all of the factors that can alter our weight during the day, every day, from hour to hour, let alone week to week, then you really start to get a bigger picture of how truly illogical this kind of thinking truly is. For example, in our body, hopefully you can see that, we've got water. And believe it or not, what the water weighs outside of your body, it weighs inside your body. Sodium, that will make you hold water. And as I say, water weighs something. Big meals. Big meals, if you have a pizza on a Friday night and you wake up and decide to weigh yourself on a Saturday morning, then you're weighing that pizza too. Difficult to digest foods. Now, you don't have to have a severe gluten or dairy intolerance for it to make it difficult for your body to digest. Therefore, if it's difficult for your body to digest, it may well take longer for it to digest. Therefore, it stays in your body a lot longer and obviously weigh something. Toilet trips. Unless you're going to weigh that, Don't really know what to tell you. I'm hoping that's self-explanatory. Whatever your toilet trips weigh, they weigh that in the body as they do out of the body. So there you go. And then you've got menstrual cycle. Now, this obviously only applies to women, but there are at least 2 weeks out of the month where it's borderline not worth weighing females due to their menstrual cycle, because there's so much going on at that point in their cycle that it's just, you're never going to get an accurate reading of their body weight. So they're all the things that factor in. When you consider those things, it's quite a lot. So it's safe to say that your body fluctuates hour to hour, day to day, week to week. And I tested this theory with the client's permission. She'd weigh in every Thursday. And one particular Thursday she comes in and she weighs herself and she hadn't lost weight. So she was really despondent. So I tried to get her to understand that, your body's always fluctuating. So what I chose to do is I asked her, I said, I'm going to ask you a question. Could you weigh in every morning before you eat or drink anything, but after you've been to the toilet, and if possible, nude? I want you to weigh in every day from now, which was Thursday, to the following Thursday. And this is the kind of result we got. I obviously can't remember exactly, but it was something like this. So what we've got Thursday here, 150 pounds. Friday, 150 pounds. Saturday, 149 pounds, which means she lost a pound on Saturday. Then Sunday, all of a sudden her weight shoots up. She's up to 152 pounds, which was plus 3 pounds, so she gained 3 pounds. Then the next day, she was stayed the same, she was still 152 pounds. Then the day after that, she weighed 151 pounds, which means she'd lost weight. Next day, still 151 pounds. Then on weigh day, 149 pounds. Look at all the fluctuations that happened in that time. Had she chose Sunday as her weigh-in day, she'd have gained 3 pounds. She'd have been so upset, and it would have affected her motivation. It would have affected whether or not she would have carried on training and carried on doing the diet that she's doing. But had she weighed in at other times, she should have lost a pound there, she'd have lost a pound there, but compared to that, she'd have gained a pound. So you can see how much fluctuation happens and how confusing it would be. That's why you have to trust the process. Now, all that said, we do need to measure our progress. We do need a way of trying to understand whether we're making the right choices and we're going in the right direction. So here are a few other ways that you can measure your progress. So measuring your body fat. Now, this isn't entirely an easy thing to achieve, but it is a way of measuring your progress. You can use things like calipers. Calipers are great, but they're only as good as the person using them, and making sure that they've done it a few times or they're experienced with them. Then you can get an accurate reading each time. Also, another way of measuring your body fat is bioelectrical impedance, which will be on some scales or they'll be in pharmacies. Again, not 100% accurate, but all you're looking for is some sort of baseline that's consistent. Measuring your circumferences. The three most important are your chest and back measurement, your waist measurement, and your hip measurement. Obviously, if you're dropping centimeters, then your body's getting smaller. It's changing composition, which is a really positive thing. In some cases, some people measure their arms and legs, but when you're training in the gym, sometimes your arms and legs can get a little bit bigger, and that can be a bit discouraging, or if you're not in the right headspace. So I encourage people to measure their chest and back, their waist and their hips. Also, taking progress pictures every 4 weeks. You don't want to take them every day, you don't want to take them every week, because that's probably a bit too soon to really notice any differences. But if you take them every 4 weeks, you should notice small changes, and overall, after lots of 4 weeks, you'll really notice a big difference. Because at the end of the day, most people choose to go on a weight loss journey or a fat loss journey because of a picture they saw, so why not make it part of the progress as well? Everyday indicators are good too. You're on a school run, someone notices you're losing weight and compliments you. Your partner might compliment you. You might find that your clothes fit differently, or the belt that you use has gone down a notch, or even little things like sitting in your car, you might have to move your car seat closer, or you might just feel differently when you're driving. These are everyday indicators. And then at the bottom we've got the scales. Now, this whole thing is not to say that it's not an indicator of progress. If you weigh yourself and you weigh less or you weigh more, then it's an indicator, but it might not be the indicator that overall gives you the perfect picture of what's going on. In a lot of cases, I find that people that do circumferences, they lose centimeters, but they may not lose weight, and it might be vice versa. Not sure why that is, it just happens that way. But what I'm saying is, every week when you take these measurements or you do these measurements, then you can find something positive to hold on to, because at the end of the day, if you're in a calorie deficit and you're working hard, then you'll be making progress. The other thing is not to focus on weight loss as your goal, and to focus on performance. If when you go to the gym, you're focusing on rowing, cycling, or running a little bit faster, getting a better time than you did last time, then you're obviously getting fitter, which means that your body's becoming more optimal. If you try to increase your sets, your reps, your weights that you're lifting, if you focus on these positive markers of trying to achieve, trying to challenge yourself, trying to beat yourself over trying to lose weight, which is not really something you can determine in the gym, then your mindset will be a lot healthier moving forward.
So to close, do not allow the scales to dictate your progress. Use multiple ways to measure your progress. And if you're in a calorie deficit and you're consistently being active every day, whether that's in the gym or some other activity, then you will reach your goal. Just be patient and trust the process.